good day though, and I'd say probably 80% of practice. And he did well. A little rusty, and not so much anything other than he hasn't done a thing for a week. I shouldn't say that he hasn't done football for a week. The last 2 days he did the conditioning and treadmill type stuff.
What is the time frame on deciding when he will be able to play, or is there one?
Yeah, I think they're discussing that right now, and I think that's ongoing. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to ask that question. Because a lot of it's game planning, and who's your second, who's your third. But I think that won't be determined until later this week after they see how he progresses. And everything they tell me is it's a symptomatic injury. So if something shows up after practice, during practice, I asked him, I just grabbed him, I said, how you feel? I said, I felt great.
And away from the medical part of it, just as a football coach, you say you like to see Tim being Tim. How would you describe what you saw of him in that sense?
I watched it. I can't say I watched it that close. I'm going to go watch it on film. He looked like Tim out there today, practice. Obviously, practice a lot different than what's going to happen Saturday night. So there's still a lot of evaluation to go.
Most physical thing he did, was it making an explosive option play, or was it?
He practiced.
Just typical.
He went through 7. We had 7-on-7. We had team. We had scout work. We probably, that was a 2-hour practice. So he did all.
Would you say he took the majority of the reps at quarterback?
Probably 50-50. 50-50. Team versus defense. We didn't let him go. Johnny took most of those reps, but both those guys are well.
From an emotional standpoint, was how much of a lift was that to the team, your guys, to see them out there?
Just what you think it would be. The other guy that's back is Stevie Wilkes. Steve Wilkes has practiced today for the first time and since his ACL injury. So after practice, I just welcome those guys back like we normally do, and a lot of cheers, and the guys happy for him.
You said he looked a little rusty. What kind of speed would you say?
80%. Just the cardio, just the moving around. With the first time the helmet and pads and all that since a couple weeks ago. Clary's not been cleared to play in the game Saturday night. Absolutely not. I don't think that'll happen for some time yet. He'll simply practice to 20-period practice in full pads.
If you weren't going to LSU this week, do you think you would not play him, or consider playing him? Or consider playing him?
No, I don't. If they said he's ready to go, then we have to make a decision to play him. He has not, I got to make that clear, he's not been cleared to play in the game Saturday night. Absolutely not. I don't think that'll happen for some time yet. He'll simply practice to 20-period practice in full pads.
If he isn't cleared, would he still go?
Sure, absolutely. We've done that before with guys, leaders of the team, and we've done that with Troutwine before and some other guys.
What still needs to happen to get him cleared to take that final step? Is it all the baseline testing and all of that stuff?
I'm not sure. It's whatever the doctors do.
Is he officially cleared for full contact or full practice?
No, not contact. No.
Okay, but everything but contact?
Yes.
On the flip side, how has this benefited John, getting reps with the first team?
Just obviously he's in there. And the thing, we practice with the crowd noise, and it's something he's not been real assertive that he's really learned to be at a practice. He's calling the show right now, calling the shots.
Have you talked more, discussed more about what you do, assuming Tim does come back, as far as game plan, keeping him out of harm's way?
We'll do more of that tonight. That's a tough word, what you just said. I don't know how to do that.
Keeping him out of harm's way?
Yeah. Major college football game, especially against the team we're playing. So we'll talk about that. I've talked briefly with Steve about that, but we are so knee-deep in just preparation. It's only Tuesday. So the next 2 days will be discussions.
Speaking of LSU, y'all are kind of practicing for them too, aren't you? How did practice go?
Good practice, and I think our defense is really doing a good job. And Deontay, by the way, had a really good practice today, so it's good to see him. Yesterday, we had a scar tissue issue where he kind of pulled up a little bit, but today he felt like Deontay. It looked like it too.
If he's cleared medically and everything, everything checks out by Thursday, Friday, whenever, and then you have to mull that over. Will that be? Will you feel comfortable to put him in? Is it strictly medical, or is it a hunch, or what might go into that from your standpoint?
That's a great question. I'm going to cross that when it's time, and I'm going to talk to Tim. It's the first thing you got to do is he 100% medically cleared? And then you cross the next bridge. You go one at a time. What you have to do as an offensive coach and as a head coach is prepare in case he doesn't, or prepare if he does. The good thing is we have a quality guy right behind him that's a pretty good player.